Alright, back again, Luke here, and today we've got the CDI, and I figured we could put in this game here. Link, Faces of Evil. So, let's pop this in and play some of that. Now, I know there's going to be a million people who are going to hate this game, or who hate this game already. But to be fair, I personally, I actually like it. I might be one of the strange few people out there who actually does like this game, but I find it really interesting. And we'll jump in here and let you take a look at it. So here we are at our main menu, and from the main game menu you can either start a new game, you can load a game that you had previously saved, you can save it, etc. So let's load a game here, and this is one of the games that I haven't gotten extremely far on, but not too bad overall. Kind of slowly progressing in the game. But throughout the map here, you'll see there are many different places to go to. Right now, there's only a few places that are open. Well, there's more than a few. When you first start the game, there's only 2 places that you can go to, so it makes it really limited. And it does take some skill and a little bit of patience to try and figure out what to do in the first couple of stages in order to progress a little bit further in the game. For my personal opinion on this game, as I mentioned at the beginning, I actually am really interested in the game, and one of the main reasons for that is just the look of it. These kind of graphics, these are not around anymore. Nobody takes the time to do anything like this, just all hand-drawn and, you know, really, I don't know, it's just such a well-colored game, and the music in it is fantastic. People might say, oh, the characters look kind of strange here, and, you know, there's a lot of, you know, awkwardness with the controls, and to some extent, yes, there is. The controls can be quite difficult, but I know a long time ago, people used to, you know, just love the Atari, and the Atari itself had so many flaws with controls that it was ridiculous. And, you know, there's still a lot of people who like the Atari right now, even to this date, even though it does have those difficult controls. And for me, you know, I never got to play this game when it first came out, so I have absolutely no clue what this game would have been like when it came out. But from what I've read, as far as, you know, what the system could handle and what the system could push, it wasn't basically made for gaming. So that's what I kind of like about it. You know, it's a non-gaming platform that was made for gaming. You know, there's quite a lot of stuff that people can complain about with the game itself, but there are a lot of good points to this game as well. As you can see here, I'm not doing so well. I'm just jumping around here, just trying to show you guys a little bit of what one of the stages looks like here. There are some different enemies throughout the stages that will, you know, fly or attack you from the ground, some that are too low to hit, but there's a pattern to a lot of these enemies. So if you watch here, you can see when he goes and he comes near me, he opens up his mouth, right? So the idea is to, you know, jump and slash. And one thing that's interesting about these enemies is, although they do respawn, there's a respawn limit. So as long as you're patient with the game, and you do, you know, just clear the enemies on the screen, they won't continually keep coming and attacking you. So that's one thing that I found that kind of, you know, saves the game a bit. Whereas in some games, I mean, they're just brutal. You could stay in the same place and just keep fighting numbers and numbers of enemies over and over again. Even though it may seem like a lot, there is a limit. As you can see here, the enemies have stopped, so this is one of those games where you have to be patient, and you definitely have to, you know, in some cases you have to be quick, some cases you have to go slowly. Sometimes the controls are a little bit difficult. And that's, you know, one of the sad parts about it is, you know, some of the jumps are probably the worst in this game. And, you know, the other parts of like trying to go through doorways and things and open up your menus here, and the fact that a lot of the weapons that you get, or some of the weapons, like duck down here and press our second button to open up our menu. As you can see, I don't have so many items here, but I do have a few. Some of these items actually use rupees, you know, like the bell here, which kind of freezes enemies. You can use the power glove here, which passes through rocks, but that actually uses rubies as well. Some of these here are some items that you have to farm, and once you run out of them, you have to go back and get more. And there's a limitation on how many of these items you can get. But even with that being said, the game itself, if you play carefully and you know pretty much what you're doing, it won't be the first time through the game where you'll be able to figure everything out. But once you get everything down, the game is actually quite playable. There are a lot of good points to this game. If you're very cautious and you know about the enemies respawning, and you know about, you know, ducking at the right times or watching your back at the right times, sometimes there will be some cases where you'll get hit and, you know, there's nothing you can do about it, but yeah, it is I think it's a completely playable game, and I actually enjoy it. I've had a hard time trying to put it down, to be honest. It's just one of those games where I want to keep trying to see how far I can get in it, and even though I might die a million times in one stage and not know exactly what I'm doing, it's one of those things where I want to keep trying to try and see how far I can get. So, you have to pardon my voice, it's kind of going out a little bit. But the graphics style, I think, is what really draws me into it. That and the fact that, you know, the game itself it's original. There are no other Zeldas out there like this one, and that's, I think, another great part about owning the CDI is being able to do, you know, play some of these games that are exclusive to certain systems. Like here, you have to see that you have to go up and use the rope again because I dropped down, you know, which is not the greatest thing in the world, but yeah, it happens. I know there's plenty of people out there who have played the game, who own the game, and some people who get extremely frustrated with the game and just can't stand it. I know that Angry Video Game Nerd put up a review on it and just really did not like it at all, but yeah, just personal opinion. Like I said, I might be one of the rare few people who actually does enjoy this game, and I can understand the way the game is made and how the game, you know, wasn't intended for this kind of system that couldn't really push out this much power. A lot of the games for the CDI were a bit rushed, and therefore they didn't get the best quality, and they didn't get a lot of time put into them. But the game itself is pretty, you know, pretty addictive. This is one of those stages where I don't have to be here. I just thought I'd show you guys a little bit around this stage. This is a stage that I've already cleared. And as long as you have full hearts here, you can use your flying sword here. Unfortunately, I'm getting pretty mashed up. As you can see, I know that the guys are going to come from this side, so... But yeah, graphically, I think is the one thing that really does do a lot for this game. For me, I'm a big fan of the hand-drawn graphics. I know a lot of the new age gamers here, the newer gamers, will probably say, oh, those graphics suck, blah, 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 you know. But if you're someone who can appreciate like hand-drawn graphics, you'll definitely enjoy the game itself. And the music as well. The music is fantastic. But yeah, I just want to show you a little bit of that stage there. There's some different stages where you have to collect different items and then bring them back to other places, you know, like regular Zelda games. And some places where you just get a little bit stuck and don't know what to do. This is the stage that I'm at right now, is Militron. And we'll go and give this a shot here. But the game definitely does test your patience, and it does need patience. And the more patience you have with the game, the better you'll enjoy it. Here, cheesy cutscene here.
Look how Militron makes his warriors.
Worthless Caridian, you must be hardened with fire!
you know? And the cheesiness, too. I think that kind of brings something unique to the game. But the more that you play it, I think the more of respect you can have for the game, and a lot you can really learn a lot from playing it many times. Although in some cases, you know, some people will give up. At first, when I first played this game, I was a bit frustrated myself. I thought, what the, oh, this is horrible, you know? But the longer I played it, the more interest that I got in it, because of the fact that I learned that the enemies actually had certain patterns. They did respawn, but only for a certain amount of time. And as long as you're willing to, you know, to fight it out a little bit, even though it can be quite brutal at times, you can really, yeah, begin to enjoy the game. If I'm repeating myself, I apologize. I know I'm trying to concentrate on this and speak at the same time, so it's a little bit challenging sometimes. But as far as your moves go here, your first button is your slash. Your second button is to open doors or to use items, your secondary item. And those are the main buttons that are used in the game. And the enemies do come back. They do try and follow you, so you do have to try and guard yourself here a little bit. But since the game is not timed, there's no time limit at all, you can spend a lot of time trying to get used to the controls. Some of the enemies, they won't hit you the first time through too. Like this guy here, you can see didn't hit me, but second time through he will. Some small little details and small things to think of when you try and give this game a shot. If you do ever get this game, or you're thinking about getting it, just have to think about it as a quite challenging game that if you have patience for, and if you're a patient person in general, you can enjoy, I think, rather than hate. This is a stage that I died at last time because I had no idea on how to defeat this boss. Some bosses you use certain weapons on. They don't take very many hits, and some of the bosses don't start appearing until later on in the game. Whee! I don't have to fight him. I can just kind of go in the door right here. Whee! But I'm just jumping around. And this is one of those stages where you really gotta kind of be quick. It's also one of the stages where you do need a lantern and lantern oil. But the quicker you are, the better you can do. Some parts here, some of these enemies will just rip you down. Like this guy here, he sucks life. I don't know the technical terms for any of these characters here, so you guys will have to kind of bear with me. Here's our boss, and this is the guy that I died at last time, which I will probably die at again.
Feel the fire of war!
And that's not him. He's down here. But we'll fall down here anyway. And like I said, in some cases what you want to do is you want to try and clear out the enemies before you start moving. It just will help you a lot in the long run. But I know, you know, sometimes it can be difficult to actually wait in a game and be patient. Some games, you know, they have a time limit to them, but as you can see here, this is going to make life a lot easier. Try this. Yep, so that's obviously not killing him. I have no clue as far as, you know, how far I can get in this game here with this video, but, you know, nonetheless, I just want to show you guys a little bit of it. I know there are millions of people who probably put up videos on it, and Seb, if you want to watch a walkthrough of this game, once again, you know, go and check out Half Blind Gamer. I'll leave a link in the description so you can take a look at it, but, yeah, I don't know what is good for this guy. I could try a bomb and see how that works. See, so that's one boss that I still haven't figured out on how to fight yet. I'll give it a shot, definitely, and see how far, you know, I can get. I'm trying to figure things out on my own. I have watched Seb's videos a long time ago, and I wish I had remembered a lot of that stuff, but that's, you know, one of the fun parts, again, is being able to do some of these stages here on your own and figure some stuff out. But, yeah. Let's see here. See if we can find some more cheesy stuff. Whoop. And anytime you press the second button, it always drops you into the main screen here to either load the game or save it. So that's one thing that'll kind of get you after a while, but... Sorry if I'm not explaining the thing in the game itself in so much detail here, but, you know, I picked it up quite recently, and I wound up putting it in first time, and I gave up on it. It was just really, really hard. But second time, put it back in and decided to mess around with it a little bit more, and found a couple of secrets and kind of progressed a little bit, so I felt like, okay, I want to keep trying this. And, you know, that's kind of led me to keep playing and exploring and things like that. Here's some more cheesiness.
My hero! Won't you please jump across that little old chasm and cut my daddy's chains? Pretty please, have a heart.
This is another one of those stages that, you know, I probably need an item here before I can go across it. I think I need probably a bridge or something. I can't remember from watching Seb's videos. But if you try and jump across this thing, you will land in your death. You will die. But we'll do it just for fun. Just to make the video interesting. Whee! You can see, and you'll see your father on the right. Whee! There he is. So, yeah. We'll just keep dying. Whee! Just so that we can get back out of the stage here. I suppose I could go back through here again. And go back out this way. Whee! But yeah, for those of you guys who have never seen the game, it's quite refreshing just seeing the artwork. I don't mean refreshing by the, you know, the controls and stuff. Like I mentioned, they are pretty tough, but other than that, the music is great. The graphics, background graphics and stuff like that, with them being all hand-drawn, I think is really nice. And yeah, it's an overall pretty interesting system. But we'll just kind of poke around here and check out some different stages. Probably nothing super spectacular here, since I think I need to go on to... what is it? I need to definitely defeat that guy, and maybe I need a different weapon before I can defeat him. I'm not sure. But even like these guys here, if you wait, you know, you can pretty much block the shot. The thing about Link, though, is when he moves, there's a split second before he puts up his shield, and during that time you can actually get hit. And that's another part where you actually just have to be patient and time things out quite right, and you'll be able to progress further and further in the game here. Whee! Like these guys here, there's going to be a certain number of them, like he'll be the last one. And from here you could just leave, or if you jump over here, two guys will pop out, and that's the end of those guys. And no other guys will pop in. So there's definitely a limit to how many guys there are. In some cases, you wish there wasn't, especially when you're doing some farming or trying to get items. In this stage here, we're collecting snowballs, which can be used in the fire stage. And then in the fire stage, you have to use snowballs to get the fire, which you can see here in the inventory. And it does take some time. So if you've ever watched any of Seb's videos, you'll notice that a couple of times he might jump out of it, and he might say, okay, I'll be back after I get some of the stuff built up, because it does take a few, few minutes at least to try and come back in and out of the stage to get the items that you need. This one's another interesting cutscene here. Stop. Walk a little. Stop. Slice. Stop. Walk. Slice. Oh, I should have stopped there. But this woman here.
Help! Ganon froze the fountain. I'm stuck.
So, if you try to burn her, which is kind of funny, Whee!
Here, have some water of life. My, you're thirsty. Oh my goodness!
Yep, and then frozen again. But what's nice about, some of this stuff here, as you can see, she's refilling that. But in their inventory as well, you can see there is a bottle here that we got, or a canteen. And that also gets refilled, so it's kind of nice. But let's jump around here. And we'll go out of this stage and maybe poke into one more stage and let you guys check it out a little bit. And you can get hit a ton inside the stage. When you go into another stage, though, you're all set. You're back to normal again, so full health and everything. This is one stage that I haven't been yet, and that is the Saragon Caverns. So let's kind of poke around in here. Haven't even seen this stage yet. Ooh, okay. These guys. I'm trying to remember. How did I kill those guys before? I think it was fire. Yeah. But you can see, I mean, the stages and the music, really, really awesome. Probably need that snowball. I'll just take it. I earned it. No clue where I'm going right now, but it's kind of the interesting part of it, I suppose. Is that another canteen out there? Oh, that's pretty cool if it is. Let's see here. Get out our lantern. Oh, maybe that just... Oh, that fills up your life. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Like I said, I'm not a pro at this game by any means. This is, I've played it a little bit, but I'm still getting used to a lot of the controls here. And definitely getting used to the stages and the enemies and things like that. Ooh. Yeah, if anyone's interested in the facts on the game here itself, you can check out GameFAQs or Wikipedia or anything like that. YouTube, check out some other videos on it. Ooh, I got an ice crystal. Excellent. And I can't remember where that ice crystal was supposed to go. Somebody wanted an ice crystal. But I can't remember who. So I know this is kind of a long video, but just want to give you guys a little bit of a look at what Link Faces of Evil here looks like for the CDI. And once again, my personal opinion only, but I'm enjoying it. I definitely find it intriguing and an unusual system. Definitely. But the fact that it is kind of unique is one of the things that I really do like a lot about the system. But that's about all for me for right now. Like always, I'll put up another video here soon, so thanks for watching. Oop, guess can't use that. Let's see if we can use the power glove. There we go. Oh. Yeah, one of those things. One of those things that, you know, you'll get frustrated with, but you gotta get used to. Just ducking down in doorways, not knowing where to, is that the doorway still as well? Did I go to another room? Nope. Let's see here. Let's try and go to the left. Oh, can't go to the left anymore. Let's go to the right here. Okay. Ah, why did I do that? No! Just jumped right out of the stage. That's a horrible place for that exit. But yeah, thanks for watching.